talking about the cars that we make today, and really the transformation that we've seen over the last few years, particularly the vehicle we see today. So, we talk about the new XF. We can talk about the engine, but I'd like to talk about first the fact that we've made the car so significantly lighter. So it's 190 kilograms lighter than the previous car, or 80 kilograms lighter than the rest of the competition. Now simply, why are we so obsessed about weight? Well, there's two reasons really. Firstly, if you make a car lighter, it takes less energy to accelerate and decelerate. Therefore, a smaller engine can make the car just as fast as a heavier car. But the second thing, really important to our vehicles, is when they're lighter, they're more agile as well. So taking weight out of the car is always a win-win. You can have a smaller engine, it's more agile and it's more fun to drive. So those are the two key benefits that we're always pushing. We are the pioneers in lightweight aluminium structures. When we launched the new Range Rover, 420 kilograms lighter, the body shell was 180 kilograms lighter than the previous body shell. Or in fact, it's lighter than the body shell of the 3 Series BMW. So a Range Rover body is lighter than the 3 Series body. So that technology and that capability we've now put into the Jaguars. And actually, today we're pretty well saying every Jaguar we make is a highly intensive aluminium monochrome body shell, which makes our cars absolutely lighter than ever, state-of-the-art technology. We'll also reinforce they are the strongest, stiffest and safest bodies ever as well, because that's a key part, that integrity of the car, feeling safe when you're driving it, feeling in control. So taking weight out has been a key part of our strategy, and we are definitely market leaders doing that. You then mentioned the engines. So we're continually focused on the latest generations of technology in all our engines. We're extremely proud of the range of engines we have, particularly the new Ingenium engine. Fantastic class-leading engine that we completely designed from a blank sheet of paper. We have no industrial footprint to worry about, we have no legacy, absolutely nothing. And purely create the concept to say, what would the best 4-cylinder engine possibly be? We've done a whole host of things, from roller bearings on cams and various things to reduce the friction in the engine. That's the key piece. How do you get an engine to operate with less friction? And then the second piece we've looked at is when the engine's running, how do you make it as efficient as possible? It's now computer controlled, electronically controlled oil pump. And it only pumps the exact amount of oil that's needed at any particular point in the time. So when it's under really high load, high temperatures, lots of oil is being used to lubricate and cool. If you then look at the water pump, traditionally the water pump will be mechanically propelled and driven all the time. The new Ingenium has a fully electronic water pump. When the engine is warming up on short cycles, it doesn't even operate, it uses no energy at all. Then it uses more energy as and when the engine needs to cool down. So our focus on the engines is how do you get that engine to be as efficient as possible. Then also looking at how do you maximise how you burn the fuel. How do you make sure that you get every little bit of energy out of the fuel, which is all to do with design of the inlet systems, high pressure turbochargers to maximise the volumetric efficiency of the engine, but also then controlling the jets of fuel and make sure that atomisation is absolutely perfect to get the maximum clean and lean burn of that engine. So a host of technologies, we're extremely excited about it. Currently we're using the ZF 8-speed gearbox, fantastic gearbox, incredibly robust, very light and efficient unit, and that's the unit we've chosen to put in this vehicle. We've also, for European applications, we've also got a 6-speed manual gearbox, tremendously sharp, responsive, beautiful feeling, real Jaguar feeling, change gear cells, 6-speed gearbox, very light and very efficient, and we're using that gearbox as well. Some of the things that we've done to make the system safer. First of all, we put enough processing power in the car that the speed of response of all the systems is absolutely instant. So you're never sat there waiting for something to happen. The new system, when you saw it demonstrated, it's just absolutely lightning fast. The other key thing that we do is you'll notice in our vehicles a significant reduction in switch count versus some of the competition. We're doing this on purpose because we're making it very intuitive to use. So if you think about being distracted, the simpler it is to use, the less time you're actually going to be distracted. So if you look at the way that the system works, the menu systems always guide you to the next thing that you need to do. You don't get a huge choice, you only get the choice of things that fit what you're trying to do. And the system is also educating itself and learning. It's got enough capability to learn what you're doing. And many of those things make life safer. So for example, the car gets used to the fact that you drive to work every day or you go on a certain journey, and it will start to predict where you're going. And it will automatically put a navigation system on it. So if you're not possibly concentrating, it will automatically remind you of where you're to go. All of those things are actually making the car far safer. The technology in the car will also move on as we develop further from monitoring what you're doing, looking at the road traffic signs. So when you set the cruise control and you say you're in an area where maybe it's 50 miles an hour, it sees the traffic signs, correlates the fact, understands you're moving at 50 miles an hour. You then drive into a suburban area, there's lots of people, children and things about, and say it goes to 30 miles per hour. The system will automatically realise that and slow the speed down. The body shell on the new XF is absolutely state of the art. I talked about where we're the pioneering leaders in use of aluminium, and we've really focused aluminium and other materials, magnesium, in our body shell to make it as light as possible, but also as stiff and strong as possible as well. We've mixed it with steel in some cases, so we have boron steel in the B-post. Why? Because that's a critical area for side impact. So we've used a limited amount of boron steel just to give it the maximum strength, so that if you were to unfortunately have a side impact, you're really assured that there's boron steel there, really going to give you a really safe safety cell. So the use of aluminium, it is one of the safest bodies you'll ever have, so we're really excited about how good it is.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.